All right, let's dive into a book that completely changed the game for personal finance. Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Now, I want you to forget everything you think you know about managing money. We're not talking about guilt trips, we're not talking about excuses, and we're definitely not going to lecture you about buying a coffee. This is all about building a system to live what Ramit calls a rich life. And it all starts with a huge shift in how you see money. And look, this isn't some fantasy, right? This is a real quote from a reader of the book. And it just perfectly nails the core idea. The goal here isn't just to stack up a giant pile of cash. It's to use your money as a tool to design a life where you are in control. Control of your time, your choices, your energy. It's about waking up actually excited for the day. And that right there sets the stage for a totally different kind of conversation about money. It's not about what you can't have, it's about what's possible. So, let's start where the book starts. I'm asking you right now, what does your rich life actually look like? And I mean, get specific. Is it taking a 3-week trip to Japan every single year? Is it being able to walk into a bookstore and buy any book you want without even glancing at the price tag? Maybe it's being able to afford private school for your kids on just one income. The most important thing here is that your definition is the only one that matters. This isn't about pinching pennies. It's about figuring out what you truly want. This is the big, foundational idea of the whole book. A rich life is not about saying no to everything fun. It's about being able to say a huge, enthusiastic yes to the things that make your life incredible. It means you can cut costs mercilessly. Just slash them on the things you don't really care about. So you have a ton of money to spend extravagantly on the stuff you absolutely love. Whether that's skiing 40 days a year or funding a school in another country, it's your call. So, the ultimate goal is to completely flip the script. Money goes from being this source of stress and confusion, that monster under the bed, to being a source of calm and possibility. It just becomes a tool in your toolbox, like a hammer, that you use to build the life you've always imagined. And the book gives you a super practical, step-by-step system to make that happen, to turn that big vision into your day-to-day reality. Okay, so if designing a rich life is so great, why do so many smart, capable people just like you and me, struggle so much with their finances? Well, Ramit argues it's not because we're bad with money or because we're lazy, it's because we're fighting these invisible barriers, these psychological hurdles that just keep us stuck. And here are the 3 main culprits. First up, what he calls info glut. Think about it. There are thousands of blogs, TV shows, and gurus all yelling conflicting advice at you. It's overwhelming. So we get paralyzed and end up doing nothing at all. Second, we love to debate the small stuff, the minutia. It feels productive to argue about lattes, but it's a total distraction from the big wins, like automating your investments. And third, there's the victim mindset. You've heard it, right? The whole, LOL, invest, I can't even afford pizza attitude. It's just easier to be cynical than it is to actually take control.
And what Ramit's really saying here is that arguing about those little things is just a fancy form of procrastination. It makes you feel like you're engaged with your finances, but really, you're just spinning your wheels. It lets you off the hook from taking the real, concrete steps that actually build wealth. The book's whole approach is to just ignore all that noise, focus on a few key actions, and get started.
And nothing, nothing, shows the cost of waiting more than this example. Just look at this. You've got Smart Sally. She invests $200 a month for just 10 years, from age 35 to 45, and then she stops completely. Then there's Dumb Dan. He waits till he's 45, but then he invests that same $200 a month for 20 years, twice as long. He invests double the amount of money. But look at the end result at age 65. Sally has over $60,000 more. How is that possible? It's the magic of compound interest. The single most important factor in getting rich isn't being the smartest person, it's starting. Just getting in the game. So what's the solution to all that procrastination and paralysis? Well, this is the absolute heart of the entire book. Building an automated money system. Instead of trying to fight against our own nature, our laziness, our tendency to get distracted, we're going to use it to our advantage. You do the work just once, up front, and then the system takes over, growing your wealth in the background, forever. And the whole system is built on these 4 pillars. It's really that simple. First, you optimize your bank account so you stop paying ridiculous fees for no reason. Second, you optimize your credit cards to earn rewards and build your credit, and this is key, you pay them off automatically and in full. Third, you create what's called a conscious spending plan. This is not a budget, okay? It's not about tracking every penny. It's a forward-looking plan for your money. And finally, the magic step. You automate the whole thing. And here's what that conscious spending plan might look like. This is a pretty common starting point. Maybe 60% for your fixed costs, rent, utilities. A solid 10% goes to long-term investments, another 10% for short-term savings goals like a vacation or a house down payment, and then, the best part, 20% for guilt-free spending. This is your money to spend on literally anything you want. Lattes, clothes, fancy dinners, with zero guilt, because you already know all your important goals are being handled automatically. I mean, this is the beauty of it. It's like setting up a series of waterfalls for your money. Your paycheck hits your account, and whoosh! The system automatically sends money to your bills, to your savings, to your investments. You don't have to think about it. You don't need willpower. It just happens. And the money that's left in your checking account, that's yours to spend. Totally guilt-free. It just removes all the stress from managing your money. Okay, now for the real engine of this whole thing, investing. This is where most people get intimidated and their eyes glaze over. They think it's about picking hot stocks or having some secret Wall Street knowledge. But Ramit's message is the exact opposite. You absolutely 100% do not need to be an expert. In fact, trying to be one is probably going to make you do worse.
So the whole point is this: success in investing isn't about finding the world's most perfect, complicated strategy. It's about finding a simple, effective, good enough strategy and just starting, like today. The goal isn't to become a financial wizard, it's just to get your money working for you so you can go live your life.
So you're basically at a fork in the road here. On one side, you've got the trap, which is active management. This is the world you see on TV. The so-called experts trying to pick winning stocks and time the market. It comes with crazy high fees, and guess what? Over 80% of them fail to even match the market average long-term. Then you have the smart path, which is passive management. Here, you're not trying to beat the market, you're just trying to be the market by owning a tiny piece of everything through low-cost index funds. It's simple, it's cheap, and historically, it works. Now, why are we so obsessed with avoiding high fees? A 2% annual fee. That sounds tiny, right? It sounds like nothing. But let me show you something that will absolutely blow your mind. Over 50 years of investing, that tiny 2% fee can eat up over 63% of your potential returns. 63%! Poof! Gone! Vanished! Just in fees. This is why choosing low-cost options is non-negotiable. So what's the tool for this smart path? It's the humble index fund. That's it. It's so simple. Instead of trying to find the one winning needle in a giant haystack, you just buy the whole haystack. For example, an S&P 500 index fund gives you ownership in the 500 largest companies in the US. Boom. You're instantly diversified at an incredibly low cost. This is the simple, powerful engine for your entire automated system. Okay, so you've done the work. You've built the system. Your savings are on autopilot. Your investments are humming along in those low-cost index funds. So what now? Well, this is the best part. Now you get to actually live your life. The entire point of setting all this up is so you don't have to think about it anymore. Seriously, the system is designed to just fade into the background. You might check in on it once a month for like 5 minutes, but the day-to-day obsession? It's over. No more tinkering with budget apps, no more stressing about what the market did today. You've already won the game. Now you can shift your focus from spreadsheets and numbers to the things that actually define a rich life. Your relationships, your experiences, your health, your work. And this is what it looks like in the real world. A rich life is using your money to create these unforgettable memories. It's invested in yourself, learning new skills, taking care of your health. It's having the resources to give back to causes you believe in. It's the freedom to spend more time with the people you love. And yes, it is absolutely about being able to buy that $5 coffee without a single shred of guilt because you know all the big stuff is already handled. So we end with this. This is the ultimate question that the book forces you to answer. Once money is no longer the main thing holding you back, once your system is humming along and working for you, the question completely changes. It's no longer how much money do I need? It's what do I want to do with my life? And that right there is the true definition of being rich. Thanks for tuning in.